very good afternoon and welcome to FCT Decides on Area Council elections, expectedly for chairmanship and councillorship seats. Now, 6 area councils make up the Federal Capital Territory. So far, INEC has scaled up preparations for the Saturday, February 12th area council elections. Elections in Nigeria are forms of choosing representatives to the federal government of Nigeria and the various states and the Federal Capital Territory. Now, since inception of governance into the area councils of the Federal Capital Territory in 1987, several elected chairmen and sole administrators have come on board the council areas as saddled. The February 12th election is about the 11th in the FCT, where the electorates are expected to choose their leaders and representatives. Since 1987, positions of authority have either been contested or appointed. In the 6 area councils, there are 62 wards representing the registration areas with a total of 2,822 polling units. Total registered voters put at 1,373,492. Gender analysis indicates that the female folk are beginning to be as interested in politics as the male counterparts, with just 10% lower in registration, that is 45% to 55%. We have our crew positioned across the 6 area councils in the territory to ensure reportage of events at the polling units as they unfold. Now, this weekend promises to be a busy one as FCT Decides is on ground to feed the residents with information, analysis by experts until the results are announced. Thank you once again and welcome to FCT Decides, coming to you from the Unity Station, Nta Channel 5 Abuja. I am Ifoma Ojinta. This is Nta Channel 5 FCT Decides. And I'll be joined in the studio much later by the Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations, FCT Police Command, Mr. Benneth Igwe. And right now with me in the studio, I have the Head of Department of Voter Education and Publicity, INEC FCT. She's Agnes Sam Akpe. Thank you very much, Agnes, for joining us on FCT Decide.
Thank you for having me here.
Okay. Now, let's just start immediately. I want to ask you, where are we now in terms of preparation, or how far have we gone to ensure that tomorrow we have a smooth run?
Okay. Well, they do say anyone who does not prepare to succeed is preparing to fail. And for us, the election is serious business. Actually, in all the states of the Federation, FCT is the only place that INEC will handle the area council elections. In other states, you have SIEC, the State Independent Electoral Commission, handling them. So for us, it is a unique event. It's a standalone election, and it is a microcosm of the general election. So everything we would do to ensure the success of the general elections is what we are putting into place for this particular election. So we'd like to say that we have really taken steps to ensure that we leave nothing out of place. We started with the CVR, and it continued until the estimated time. Then we started distribution of voters' cards, and that ended sometime in February 4th. And at the moment, all the non-sensitive materials are already batched and taken to the area councils.
Okay, before we continue, let's take a report now.
Okay.
Let's take a report now by Mariam George Titubo on the political evolution of Abuja Municipal Area Council.
The Abuja Municipal Area Council remains on top among the 6 area councils of the Federal Capital Territory. Amak has 12 wards, and they are the City Center, Garki, Wuse, Karu, Nyanya, Gwagwa, Karishi, Jiwa, Kabusa, Orozo, Gui, and Gwarimpa. The councillors form the legislative arm of the area council. The executive arm comprises of an elected chairman and a vice chairman, with an appointed secretary and other supervisory councillors and special advisors. Amak assumed the name Area Council in 1989 alongside others, basically to develop the local areas that form the FCT. Right from 1989, Amak has had elected officers running the affairs of the council and bringing development in their own unique ways to the people of the council.
From 1987 to 1989, we now had first democratically elected officials in the council. And that was when we had the late Kuje as our first elected chairman here. He served from 87 to 89. Then, of course, from 89, there was a little, disruption by the military thing, and so there was an administrator. But by 1991, we had another election that brought in Ambassador Mbakwa as the first democratically elected deputy mayor. Then I think that was when there was a transition to make Abuja municipality and other councils to have a mayoral second-tier structure.
The traditional leaders have always lent their voices to ensure peace before, during and after elections in the area council.
They should never allow anybody to use them. And we should elect a credible leaders, not people that will come and pack your money.
Since its creation, AMAC has a total of 6 democratically elected past chairmen, 7 elected vice chairmen, and 9 elected speakers. Mariam George, Jitubo, NTA News.
Thank you very much, Mariam, for that report. Now, back to our discussion. Before we took that report, we were talking about non-sensitive materials, being deployed to the various INEC area council offices. We are also aware that yesterday, that you received the sensitive materials and as well distributed them. How far with that? Are they safely, arrived at their destination?
Yes. Yesterday we received the sensitive materials from the CBN, and they were also batched according to the area council, so there was no mix-up of anything. The beavers, the result sheets, the ballot papers, each according to its own area council. They are going to be coded. It's coded, so you cannot, if you mix them up, there'll be a problem. So everything was meticulously taken care of, and they have all gone to the area councils now. Okay, while the sorting was going on, are you assuring us that you have all stakeholders who are supposed to be there? Did they supervise this activity yesterday? Everything we do is done out in the open. There's transparency. All stakeholders were present. The agents, the politicians, even our own commissioners, even the chairman was present yesterday. Everything was done in a transparent manner. Okay, now, after this, what next? After the materials arrive, the various INEC offices across the 6 area council, what next? How would they be conveyed to the racks? Okay, so once the materials get to the various area councils, then already they're even batched already according to the polling units. So it will be very easy for the supervisors to take them to the racks. Once they get to the racks, and tomorrow comes, they'll be given to the different polling units, and they start off. There'll be no delays whatsoever, because we have taken care that, unlike before, we would take them to the office there and then start batching according to, that would take time. But now, according to the polling units, they're already batched. So every place, they know where each item is going to. Okay. There'll be no mix-up whatsoever. When you talked about the materials being coded, can you please explain more? Are they coded in colors or in numbers? Or? Oh, they are color codes, which will be divulged. If I say it now, then there will be no essence. Oh, okay. Now, let's talk about the ad hoc staff, particularly the core members. How far so far? Yes, the ad hoc staff, we actually had more than we required. We needed about 11,000, a little over 11,000, but we got 12,000 plus. We added a little bit of contingency. There are instances when you come and people say, oh, I'm not going to do it anymore, and we didn't want to be stranded in any way. So we actually have enough core members, and they have been posted. Their postings have been done. So they're to report to their area councils today, by evening. They should all be there, ready to work. And their welfare? Of course, their welfare is paramount to us. We don't use people and dump them. And they are our children too, they are our future. So we have taken care to make sure that they get their remunerations, but it's done in 2 batches. If you give somebody all of the money at once, there's a tendency they could decide not to turn up. So we give them a part of it, and by the time they get to the polls tomorrow, they get the remaining part. Okay. What is expected of these core members and their supervisors? What are they supposed to be doing? Oh, the core members are mainly the presiding officers and APOs, assistant presiding officers. Okay. Yes.
And the SPOs are made up of civil servants?
Yes, the civil servants.
Okay. We have another report by Abdullahi Ajia. It is the political evolution of Kuje Area Council. Let's have that report now.
The Abuja Municipal Area Council remains on top.
Kuje Area Council is one of the 6 area councils created in 1984, recognized by the 1999 Nigerian Constitution as amended to operate and function as a local government. The political journey of the area council began in 1987 with John Adailo as the first executive chairman of the council till 1989. Francis Enekebe in 1989 to 1990, Samuel Lanto succeeded him from 1990 to 1993. The next was acting sole administrator Isa Balazubeiru, Dr. Linginus Ofegbu, who took over the mantle of leadership of the council as caretaker committee chairman, was there from 1994 to 1996. Usman Putu assumed the next executive chairman. Usman Jibrin Wowo ruled from 1997 to 1998 before Stephen Shonaike from 1998 to 1999. Usman Jibrin Wowo then in his second term from 1999 to 2007, after which George Kuje came in the interim 2007. The council also witnessed the leadership of Danladi Eshuzin for 2 terms from 2007 to 2013, was later succeeded by Shaban Tete and Abdullahi Galadima and the very incumbent chairman Abdullahi Suleiman Sabo, who came in 2019 and is seeking re-election. Going by INEC records, 127,444 registered voters will decide the fate of the office of the chairman and 10 councillorship offices.
For Kuje Council people, let them transcend any form of violence and come out to vote for the candidate of their choice.
My appeal to our great supporters is that let's continue to maintain peace.
The electorate and the people of Kuje who own the mandate advise that whoever emerges, issues of social amenities and rural empowerment should be made a priority. Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
Thank you very much, Abdullahi. And I still have with me the head of department, Voter Education and Publicity, INEC FCT. Now, still talking about the core members, what has INEC put in place in terms of to ensure the security of these young ones?
In terms of security, it's not just about the core members, it is about every Nigerian. Everyone is important to us. We have had series of consultative meetings with all the security agencies that we have. The police, the immigration, customs. In fact, okay, there's what you call the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security. It comprises the police, the fire service, the army, the SSS, NDLEA, Navy, the Air Force, customs, FRSC, immigration, and they have been working continuously. They have come up with certain things or certain preparations to guard against any outbreak of, they have identified key spots where there could possibly be violence or a breakout of pockets of violence, and they have made sure that those places will be taken care of. Okay. So we believe that there will be security for everyone. No one has any need to be afraid. Okay.
Now, the residents will also want to know how much of collaboration have you made with relevant stakeholders or political parties?
Okay. Election is not a one-man show. INEC cannot handle election all by herself. We interface with a number of critical stakeholders. Apart from this interagency consultative, this security people I talked about, we have interfaced with the market women, the youth in tertiary institutions. We have interfaced with even the disabled, the physically challenged, all across society. We have tried to, because we believe in inclusivity this time around. So even those that are challenged will be part of it. Okay. Everyone is going to be brought into the picture because Nigeria is ours. It's not just for the able. Okay.
Are we also going to use the Braille ballot papers?
Yes. So talking about inclusivity, we didn't have that before now. We're going to use the Braille ballot for those who are blind or who are blind. And those who are also challenged maybe in their sight, like the albinos, we have the, what do you call it, the magnifying glass. It's already in each area council. At the polling units, it will be there. So that will help them. They don't need a guide. They will have that to use.
Okay. Now, INEC, you know, in the build-up to this election, kept on telling us about new innovations and all that. So can you educate us more on these new innovations, you know, brought to this particular election?
Okay, innovations, part of which I talked about is the Braille ballot and the magnifying glass. But aside from that, a very important part is what you call the BVAS, Bimodal Voter Accreditation System. Before now, the last time we used the card reader, but we have moved from card reader to something higher, the Bimodal Voter Education, the BVAS. And this is to deepen the use of technology, and it's for improvement because the BVAS captures both your visuals and your biometrics. So when you come to with your PVC, it will identify if you are really the owner of that card. There's no, all this identity theft will not take place anymore because it will have to authenticate that you are really the owner. If your fingerprints do not match, then at least your visuals, your facials should be able to match. And there are other ways it can also authenticate. It can scan there are other things it can scan to get it right, but those are the two things we'll be using. So it's an improvement on what we had before.
So we're not using the card readers?
No, we're not using the card reader.
Okay. So are you in any way anticipating any challenges tomorrow?
I would have said that some time ago that we would anticipate challenges in security and all of that, but not anymore. Like I said, ICAS is doing its work and security is assured. And of course, the ad hoc staff have turned up and since they've had their payments, they really know that we mean business this time. I don't anticipate any problems.
That's very good to know. Okay, let's take another report this time around from Deborah Micah. She'll be telling us about the political evolution of Kwali Area Council.
Leaders have continued to emerge into elective position. This no doubt democratically has engendered development in Kwali Area Council of the FCT. Kwali has 10 political wards, which include Pai, Gombo, Dafa, Nyagoji. 8 political parties of the 41 political parties in the FCT fielded candidates for the chairmanship seats, and 51 candidates are contesting the councillorship positions with no female candidates. The past and present leaders re-echo readiness to make life more meaningful for their people, delivering to the people dividends of democracy.
The development here is very slow. It's slow because we are still like a village local government. It's not a metropolitan local government yet because lack of companies and industries that will boost the economic activities of the local government are not yet here.
This is why we're calling our people. Anywhere we go to is our message. There's a need for us to, have peace. And once the election is free of violence, you elect the rightful people into various offices. You tend to get better things done. Because if you destroy, after winning the election, I'm in the office, I will now say, okay, the money I will use in providing another infrastructure, let me go and use it to put up the ones that has been destroyed. Are we moving forward or are we moving backward?
There are 90,402 registered voters in Kwali, while the polling units are 201 in number. Kwali residents say they are determined to vote their conscience, bringing into position leaders capable of making a change in the lives of the people. Deborah Gazaji-Micah, NTA News.
Many thanks, Deborah. And as I said earlier, we will be joined by the Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations, FCT Police Command, Benneth Igwe. And of course, while the report was going on, he came in. Thank you very much, sir, for coming on FCT Decides.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's, Agnes, take a breather. Now, DCP, let's talk to you now.
Yes.
Where are we now in terms of security?
We're on deployment.
Okay.
Just the men that came in, we have deployed them in all the area councils and sectored them. Okay. And we are showing some of them their polling units. So I'm just coming in from Abaji area now. Mm-hmm. So, and all is moving well. Okay. You can see how the deployment, have 22,750 men who are our women, and it's very wonderful. So there's no cause for alarm.
Okay, okay.
Area is very calm.
Okay. Now, we are aware that you coordinated a peace pact, for candidates in the election to sign at your command. What does this mean for the election?
That is why we have peace as at now. This last lap of campaign that ended yesterday. Okay. That's why we had peace. They were thinking it's business as usual, and it is a do or die affair. When we discovered that it is a do or die affair, and some people want to take the loss into their hand in order to win. Some are even ready to die for somebody else to win. So we have to bring them in to tell them, no, it's not a do or die affair. Our duty is to protect life and property. So some of them that want to commit suicide, we have to tell them, please don't commit suicide. And it's good. We need for everybody in Nigeria. So that's one of the things we've done. That's why we took them to ensure they sign a memorandum of understanding with us. And embedded inside it is a strong note that when we see you going against us, we will arrest you and prosecute you, no matter the time, either before or during or after. Okay. We don't care, because we need peace in FCT. And because we need peace, whether election or no election, there's life after election.
That's right.
And because there is life after election, that's why we said no. FCT will not end up in election. No. And it must be one person. It cannot be everybody at the same time. It's not a rat race. So, and because we have said it's not a rat race, it's one person that must win. So it's either me or you. It cannot be me and you. No. So, and after me, maybe you. After you, maybe me. So everything in its own has time. And that's why we are telling them that last life after election, so many that fought and died in this area council election when we were young in this FCT, they have gone, and the FCT is still remaining. And some new people are now campaigning to be chairman. We know several years ago, those who campaigned, some didn't, some were sworn in, they died along the line. So, and that's the truth. Okay. So we are reminding them, telling them they need for peace, telling them they need for life after election, and telling them that FCT as it stands is greater than all of us.
That's true. Okay.
And that's the most important.
Okay. Can you share with us, the number of...
150 personnel,
okay,
including men from other monitoring units like ICPC and so on. Everybody is there.
Okay.
Go to the field and see people.
You're in charge of coordination with other security agencies,
yes,
like the civil defense and all that.
Yes.
So tell us more about this.
We work in synergy. The army are with us, the Air Force are with us, the DSS, the civil defense, the custom, the immigration, all of us are working together. Even the VIOs, all of us are together.
Okay.
We are security agencies now. So, and we have decided to say, let us do it together. Because Abuja, as it stands, is the headquarters of every security forces, even that of the INEC. Abuja is the headquarters of INEC, police, army. So we must get it right.
Right, okay.
Whether the devil like it or not.
That's good.
We want to get it right.
Okay, so just tell us more about the restriction tomorrow. How is it going to be?
The restriction is as we have said it, but there are some people that must be exempted, people on essential services. Okay. That is all. It's like those taking the exams and people on essential services because of the status of Abuja.
Okay. Now, talking about the status of Abuja,
yes,
we have border towns.
Yes.
So what's going to happen to people who are traveling are coming?
No, what we have done, we know those on essential duty. We have educated our people.
Travelers from other town?
Travelers that on emergency. Somebody that is in an ambulance and, they want to get medical care, either from Gwagwalada Teaching Hospital or National Hospital Abuja, when there's no medical in the other, we know.
Okay.
And when we come, we'll allow those people, those on essential services, some nurses, doctors that are on special duties, we know.
Okay.
And those that are having exams like WAEC, that is an international exam, we know. We have mapped out strategies to assist them.
Okay. Let's take another report now from Shuaibu Nuzi Yakubu from Gwagwalada Area Council.
The creation of Gwagwalada Area Council is synonymous with its political history and evolution. The council has 10 political wards, which include Gwagwalada Central, Kutunku, Dagiri, Dobi, Paiku, Kwatas, Ikwa, Ibwa, Zuba, and Gwaku wards. Out of these 10 political wards, 4 are from the Gwagwalada Township, while the remaining 6 are from the neighboring communities of Gwagwalada.
From the inception, the present governor of Kano State was a sole administrator and then later acting chairman. Then from there we went to zero party during the Ibrahim Babangida administration, and then we also got Gwagwalada divided from Kwali Area Council. We now have Gwagwalada Area Council and Kwali Area Councils respectively. Buhari was also created from Amak, and Issa Dobi became the chairman of Gwagwalada Area Council, then with Kwali before it was divided.
Gwagwalada Area Council and its people decided to go the other way by electing the chief executive of the area council from an opposition party. And it has been so from 1999 up to 2015.
Much legacy has been laid, and it is my humble prayer that the forthcoming election will produce somebody with the competency, will produce somebody with the zeal, will produce somebody with the dedication, will also give bring out somebody who has the transparency in the management of public funds, and will give somebody who has foresight to initiate the project and complete them.
With the political ideology of the people of Gwagwalada and the gimmicks played around it, the battle for the chairmanship and councillorship positions at the February polls in Gwagwalada Area Council will be what the residents are looking forward to in the coming days. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Okay, thank you very much, Yakubu. And as I told you earlier, we have our reporters stationed across the 6 area councils of the FCT. We'll be expecting some calls from those who have already arrived their destination to, tell us the mood of the council area. Now, going back to DCP, tell us what we are expected to see tomorrow. Are we going to see more of visible policing or armed policemen, around the polling units?
What we are going to see tomorrow is visible policing at the polling unit. But not far from the polling unit, you will see armed policemen. We know the law, what the law said, and who should be at the polling unit. Okay. We are doing that, no problem.
Okay.
That's what we want to hear. But what we are saying is that if you don't have a voter's card, there's no need of you coming to the polling unit. Otherwise, we will incur the trouble. If you don't have voter's card, don't come to the polling unit. Else you are coming to foment trouble. Okay. So we're going to give you trouble if that's what you want. All
right. No, we will not have trouble tomorrow. Now, Agnes, once again, please educate the electorate, on the process tomorrow.
Tomorrow, when the voting begins at 8:30, there'll be 2 lines, one on the outside and one inside the polling arena. And so when you get there, what to do is you present your PVC. Like the DCP said, no voter card, no voting. But aside from that, first of all, you must have your mask. We're still in the COVID prevention era. And so we do not want anybody to transmit COVID to another person. So you must have your mask. It is for your safety and for the safety of the other person. So you come with your mask. You may be asked to remove it at a point for the beavers to authenticate your facials to see if it matches with what they have, with the visuals that they have on the system. Then aside from that, you present your card. When it is authenticated, you go ahead and then you cast your vote and you leave the arena, because we do not want congestion at the polling booths. Okay.
Now, for early or timely commencement of the exercise, what did INEC put in place to ensure that this exercise starts as at when?
Like I said, the materials have already gone ahead, and not just en masse, they have been batched according to the polling units. So everything is just a matter of first thing in the morning, they are there at the polling unit, and then they set up. By 8 o'clock, they are already there, they are already set up. 8:30 we start, and it will continue till about 2:30. As many as on the line up till 2:30 will still be allowed to vote.
Okay. Now, DCP, we are concerned about areas that are not easily accessible in terms of security, the hinterlands. What modalities have been put in place in those areas?
We have already done our deployments. Just like I'm coming back now, we had men from Kaduna State who have taken them towards Buhari area council areas.
We have a call, DCP. Let's take. Hello? Hello? Okay, we just lost that. Okay, I hope our reporters will be calling us, to give us a situation report. Hello? Okay, thank you very much, Onoze Yakubu, for joining us from Gwagwalada. Can you tell us, you are live now in the studios, can you tell us exactly the mood of that Gwagwalada town?
Yes, thank you very much, Informa. The mood here is calm and peaceful. On our arrival, we move around the Gwagwalada township, and the situation is calm. Everybody is at peace. The attention just shifted to Gwagwalada INEC area office,
okay.
Where we are right now. And the situation here, yes, the ad hoc staff are here to receive the sensitive materials comprising the beavers and all other sensitive materials. But meanwhile, the non-sensitive materials have been distributed to all the polling units scattered across the 10 political wards of Gwagwalada Area Council. What is remaining now is the sensitive materials that the ad hoc staff are waiting anxiously to collect, so that the 169,706 registered voters will cast their ballot come tomorrow, February 12th. That is the situation right here at the INEC area office. Before now, I met with the electoral officer here, and he pleaded with me that he's rushing to go and pray his Juma prayer.
Okay.
But when he comes back, he will give us the situation report.
Okay.
Now that is the situation in Gwagwalada Area Council.
Okay, hold on, Tribal, before you go. I want to ask you, were you able to talk to residents, how eager are they for tomorrow?
Yes, I spoke with a lot of them, and what they are saying, yes, we've done their part, the campaign has ended. What they are waiting for anxiously now is for tomorrow to go and cast their votes. Most of them are saying, yes, they've done their part. What they are just waiting is just the announcement of results. So that is the situation at Gwagwalada. Everybody is optimistic. My candidate will emerge victorious. The other ones are saying, yes, it's our turn. Some are saying it's 2 times. Yes, some are saying no, it's 1 time. That is the slogan that is going secretly behind the scenes right here in Gwagwalada now.
And that is expected, Shuaibu. Now, we'll be expecting, more updates from you. If the electoral officer comes back from the Juma prayers, we'll expect you to call the FCT Decides studios to give us an update. Meanwhile, Shuaibu, please stay safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ifoma.
All right, DCP, you were talking to us about preparations at the Hinterlands.
Yes. Within the hinterland areas, we have done our deployment. Just like as you show Gwagwalada now, in Kutuku, Ibua, we have already done deployments. We have finished deployment.
Okay.
So, and we are waiting for the materials. We have taken care. One of the things that is making us happy is that there's enough motorcycle that can take.
Can I cut you here, please? I have another call. Hello. Hello, Onotu, I suppose. You are live, FCT Decides Studios. Can you tell us, Onotu, please, the situation at Abaji right now?
For the Abaji Area Council, all seem to be very calm. As when we arrived here, at the INEC office in Abaji Area Council, they've done deployment of material and personnel to the various wards in Abbaji. At the time we arrived, a couple of persons have left to the various wards, while others are also making frantic efforts to move away from here with their materials to their location across the area council.
Okay. Onotu, as expected, campaigns rounded up last night. But tell us, what are the feelers you're getting from the electorate? How eager are they to cast their ballot tomorrow?
I think the situation here depicts that of the people who are eagerly waiting for the day to come to, of course, exercise the franchise and get to choose person who will become their leader. for the next couple of years in Abaji Area Council. As when we came in, it was already time for the Juma prayer, while some persons went to the mosque to observe the Juma prayer. You could see others. So even around the INEC office where I am right now, you could see people who, anxiously come out to observe what is happening. Of course, all the preparations of what is to come up tomorrow. It's rather a positive atmosphere here. The atmosphere is calm. The people are eager to see tomorrow come so that they can go to the polling units and exercise their voting rights.
Okay, thank you very much, Onotu. We'll be expecting more updates from Abaji. Thank you so much, and please stay safe. All right, thank you very much, Onotu. Thank you very much. Okay, DCP, before we go ahead, let me talk to Agnes. We seem to be having everything right at Gwagwalada and Abaji. What do you have to say about that?
Like I told you, we're prepared this time around. We want to ensure that we succeed. It's a standalone election, and it means so much to us that we get it right, especially to my chairman. So he has done everything to ensure that everything works out the way it should. Okay, and for the police, I think Gwagwalada and Abaji so far, space
everywhere, area should be calm.
There's something he said. He said there's life. He said it's not a do or die affair. Yeah. It reminds me of what Madam Sani, the market woman leader, Felicia Sani, said at the stakeholders we had, the enlarged stakeholders. She said there is life after election. Yes. You don't have to die. There's life after election, so if you do not win this time, it could be the next time. Yes. Okay. So there's no need to kill yourself.
Okay. You were talking to us initially about the hinterlands.
Yes, we have taken care of the hinterlands.
Yes.
And one of the good things that is happening in the system is what the new system machine INEC has deployed, the beavers, which can upload even where there is no network. So, and it will make the work easier. We are taking care. There are enough motorcycles that will carry people in and out. Okay. And there are already security. Okay. As you have your people reporting, we equally have our people reporting to us. And we have different technologies that we are using to monitor situations around, and to get it right. Okay. So far, so good. You're not envisaging any challenges? No. There will be no challenge. We have, by the grace of God, we have gotten things right. The planning was okay. The deployment is okay. This is the first time we are deploying a day before the election. And we have fully deployed. Okay, INEC had earlier, disclosed that there are flash points. We are aware of the flash point. We have taken care of the flash point. That is where we sectored the deployments. Okay. Flash points are embedded into deployment as if to say the area councils. All right. Now, Agnes, for INEC, what will you be expecting tomorrow?
What we will be expecting, just as you said, the deployment has taken place, both of the materials and the men. So we expect everything to run smoothly tomorrow. Okay. We'll take another report right now. Let's take a report from Abbaji Area Council. It is the political evolution of Abbaji Area Council.
It is one of the 6 area councils of the Federal Capital Territory created in 1984 and ratified by the 1999 Constitution as amended to enable it function as a full-fledged local government. Abbaji's political evolution, like others in the territory, has gone through stages of development to shape its present place in the scheme of things. With 10 political wards such as Abaji Central, Abaji Northeast, Abaji Southeast, Agiana Pandagi, Alu Mamagi, Gau, Gurde, Nuku, Rimba Ebagi, and Yaba, the area council has witnessed 17 political administrations, such as caretaker chairmen and sole administrators. The present council chairman, Abdurrahman Ajia, is the 18th political leader of the area council on a second term as the 8th democratically elected chairman of Abaji Area Council. Since the return of democratic governance in 1999, May 20th has become sacrosanct in the historical evolution of Abaji Area Council to consolidate on the gains of democracy by successively ushering in new dispensations.
Right from inception, the determination of political cycle in FCT comes from Abaji, because at that time, you know, we are the only community we are with the Kwara State, and the level of our education, the level of our exposure has been very high. So our political exposure has been very high.
The process is about popularity and acceptance. And on this note, observers believe that whoever emerges in the political contest, delivering the dividends of democracy to the electorate should be the topmost priority.
This coming election on Saturday, on 12th February, the people should come out massively to come and cast their vote.
While the people looks forward to the D-Day with high expectations, stakeholders advise the gladiators to play by the rules. Onoto Yakubu, NTA News.
Thank you, Onoto. And we have another of our correspondents in Kwali Area Council, Deborah Gazaji Micah. Hello, Deborah. How is Kwali today?
Okay, Kwali is relatively peaceful. I'm here in the INEC office, INEC headquarters in Kwali town. And the place is already a beehive of activity with a lot of the staff going about doing their business. Recently we learned that the sensitive material, the non-sensitive material have been forwarded to the wards, the 10 political wards in Kwali Area Council. And some of the sensitive materials actually arrived here yesterday. And the officials, the INEC officials are going about their duties ahead of tomorrow's election.
Okay. Did you see the ad hoc staff being briefed, talking about the core members, Deborah?
Okay, yeah, we can see some of them trying to go through the list on the wall that has been placed on the wall. Some of them are trying to go through their names to verify their names on the list there. You can see them.
Okay, when you got to Kwali, Deborah, were you able to talk to the people? How ready are the electorate for tomorrow?
For some of them that I've been able to talk to, they are fully prepared. Some of them were able to show me their voter cards. They say they are fully ready for the election tomorrow. As they are determined to vote into power those leaders that can deliver, that can add more meaning to the lives of the people in Kwali here. And Kwali is already, in the Kwali Area Council, there are about 90,402 registered voters in Kwali Area Council. And in Kwali, then there are about 201 polling units, including the new created polling units. And we are able to gather that not all the polling units will be they will not be voting in some of the newly created polling units in Kwali Area Council. Okay. Because people are not fully informed about the center, the polling units.
Okay. Thank you very much, Deborah. But we will appreciate if you can talk to the electoral officer, you know, to get us more information. Thank you so much, Deborah. The police is assuring us of adequate security, but I must tell you, please stay safe.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Deborah. Now, DCP,
yes.
Before Deborah and that report, we had a report from Abaji. Abaji is a very peculiar town, close to Lokoja and all that. What can you tell us in terms of the security situation of Abaji?
We don't have problem with Abaji. Abaji, we know we have made deployments in Abaji. From Yangoji to Ruboshi to Yebu to Yaba. We have finished our men are fully there. Okay. We deployed every polling unit there. We have our men. Okay. We are since almost 4 a.m. till now. It's the deployment we are doing. If you have been in Ogu Square since yesterday, you see the multitude of people, security men from different walks of life. We have been deploying. So, and we have pushed many of them to the area councils that they will start deploying from 10 p.m. this night to the area councils. You wake up tomorrow, you see security men. INEC has told us that election must start by 8:30 tomorrow, and they don't want election not to start by that time. So we are going to be there before the time. That's exactly why we are doing the deployment today. We are doing the deployment because we want to get it right. Instead of mustering everybody here in the Eagle Square or in our police headquarters here and start carrying them tomorrow, we have done the deployment already. So, and we want to get it right. And that's the most important aspect. So we want to help them to start exactly by 8:30 so that by 2:30 they will close. They will close the either voting or something like that. And we'll be ready there for counting and so on. So this is the first time we are deploying before the election.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, now Agnes, you know, when I was talking to Deborah, you know, on phone there, she said something about people not aware. You know, I don't know, in terms of sensitization, how would you say, are the residents, you know, well aware of all that they should know concerning this election?
I think they are well aware. We have deployed every sensitization method we can. We've used the media, we've gone on street campaigns, so to say, street sensitization, using the senior rover. We have sent our posters. We have sent men into the hinterlands. We had town hall meetings, even in each of the area councils, calling on all the stakeholders there to spread the news. So we have done that. And all
right. So what else would you want residents to know about tomorrow that would not be able to capture in our discussion today?
I think we've captured basically everything. But the important thing is, please, the FCT is our collective project, is our collective responsibility.
Hold on, Agnes, please. Hold on. I have a call. Hello.
Hello.
Hawa Gimba.
Yes.
From Buari, right?
Yes, from Buari Area Council.
How are you in Buari? Tell us the situation in Buari town.
Right now, the situation in Buari town is everywhere is calm. The INEC office, there are no people at the seat. Everybody waiting at the INEC headquarters to receive their materials and expected to be back to Buari Area Council.
Okay, you said nobody to talk to. Have you tried talking to the electoral officer of Buari INEC office?
None of them are available as we speak.
Okay, but you have the ad hoc staff, talking about the core members there.
The core members, none of them as we speak. They are all waiting outside the INEC office to receive the materials and to receive the electoral rec that is expected to be on ground.
Okay. But then, did you talk to the residents of Buari Area Council concerning the elections?
No, I didn't.
You did not. We will appreciate it, Hawa, if you can talk to the residents. Let's know how eager they are, and please try to get in touch with the electoral officer. But we have the INEC head of voter education and publicity, and she'll talk to us why we don't have any INEC official in Buari. Thank you very much, Hawa. Please stay safe. Okay, Agnes, I just want you to comment on that.
That sounds pretty strange that the electoral officers are not there. They are on ground. Okay. They have left and they are on ground.
She's there and she can't find anybody. All right, there's no problem about that, but you were talking to us, you know, before that call.
Okay, talking about the elections tomorrow. No PVC, no voting, no face mask, no voting. The FCT is our collective project, our joint responsibility. If you don't go out to vote, you can't blame anybody. You can't blame anybody for coming in and doing what they shouldn't do. So you vote the right person into office by going out to exercise your civic responsibility.
Thank you very much. Let's take our last report for today. That is the political evolution of Buari Area Council.
Buari is a district and an area council in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. The original inhabitants of the town are the Abbaji-speaking people. The paramount rulers is known as Zabuaya. The movement of the nation's city of power to Abuja and creation of the FCT brought about so many changes. Development began with the General Hospital, Nigerian Law School, the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, among other developments. The Buari Area Council has, at the helm of affairs, an elected chairman with 10 wards councillors representing the 10 wards, which are Buari Central, Biaji, Dutse Alaji, Igu, Kawu, Kuduru, Shere, Ushafa, Kubwa, Usman Ward. The council first chairman was Baba Samson Galuwi.
The sole administrator was sent to take off the affairs of local government. That was Alhaji Ado Ubaya Kase from Kano. I became first executive chairman. I took over from him.
The 17th ASU of Buari Area Council, Ibrahim Yaro, JP, was to ban in 2010, says since he became the 17th ASU, there has been relative peace among people of diverse cultures.
You can see that Buari have changed. If you talk of development, Buari have changed. If you talk of anything, Buari have changed. We'd like to know that we have been having series of meetings with the youth.
While creating synergy to ensure a peaceful coexistence among different ethnic groups to avoid crisis, division, and disunity, both traditional rulers of Buari, the Serki and Esu of Buari, urge residents to live in peace as they go to the polls. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Thank you very much, Hawa, and we're winding down nice and slowly. DCP, before we go, what assurances are you giving to residents of the FCT?
The assurances I'm giving the residents of FCT is that come out and vote the candidate of your choice. Your security is assured. Come out. Let us make a difference this time.
Thank you very much. Agnes, any final thoughts?
Come out and exercise your civic responsibility. Let's make that difference. Your vote will count this time.
Thank you very much, Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations, FCT Command, Mr. Benneth Igwe. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Head of Department, Voter Education and Publicity, INEC FCT, Agnes Sam Akpe. It's been a pleasure having both of you on set today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that's it on FCT Decides. It is 6 chairmanship seats, 62 councillorship seats in contest tomorrow. FCT will decide. Join us as our studio opens at 9 a.m. Bye for now.